I mean, it is lovely looking, isn't it? Could it literally be that ants had undermined the stones? I know there are. Oh, I am in the ant nest now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they bite. Oh. Hey folks, welcome back. We're on another Swedish restoration challenge road trip. We're going to share with you another building which we didn't show you in the last video. So this, if you haven't seen the previous video, is my brother and his family's new home in Sweden, which they're going to be working through lots of different projects over the future, the coming years. But there is one building left to show you, and it's completely different to these ones because it feels a little bit more agricultural and older, but it's also a little bit more wonky. So we're going to go and have a look, see if we can work out what's going on. All right, so we're down at the bottom of the garden, and this is the barn that you come past as you come up the lane. And obviously it has been used for all sorts in the past, but it's definitely more of an agricultural structure. And it looks pretty much all up together and level and true and plumb from the outside, but there's some interesting stuff going on the inside. So hopefully it's been bright enough. We managed to find a local screw fix equivalent yesterday and bought a laser level, because I think that's going to be the easiest way of seeing what timbers are doing what. But from the outside here, you can see that the main structure is this frame here, and it goes up to about, I guess, just over 2 meters, and then above it is kind of full length beams, a bit like the main house. So these are more like an infill, but we'll show you that on the inside.
In the maps it said this was called ladugård or lagorn, which is like, so that was for animals and maybe some storage up top, whereas that is
More workshop,
like barn for anything else basically. But you wouldn't have live animals, you wouldn't have animals in there, but this is more like you would have animals.
And there was originally over here we found the photos, a really big barn stable structure.
Yeah, that was on the map. It said it was the stable.
So this is we were having a look around here, all four of us in the dark. This is like a cow shed end to it. I love how nothing's been like messed around with. There's no modern materials anywhere, is there? It's so cool.
Yeah, look at that
Swedish engineering. Yeah. You can get really cool wooden locks. You know, a few 100-year-old sort of wooden key locks.
Oh, that's what they do.
All right, so the first bit we came into is this area. It's all lime washed. It's really reminiscent of our cow sheds on the farm. So it's even got mangers. You've got to remember, everything here is timber. I mean, most of the floors are. It's not like we've got stone and brick troughs and stuff in ours. Everything's made out of, I guess, locally grown timber. These lovely old troughs here. There's even some old yolks and stuff kicking around in here, or pads. And I guess being long dark winters, it's kind of like a 50-50 lifestyle as a cow in Sweden. Kind of out half the year, in half the year.
The cow releases each year are very...
When they go?
It's a big occasion.
Is it when they release them all?
There's thousands of people that go to the nearby cow release. Cool slap.
And we've spotted these in the towns around, but we also found this. So they kind of, obviously that's not doing anything now, but some of them were used for canopies on some of the buildings we saw where there was an overhang. But whether or not that was actually serving a structural purpose, but it's cool. I like that. Just got to find a very certain particular tree to harvest that from.
Yeah.
And this is like, the house is slightly different. It was a bit more like sisal. This looks like Hessian between. And I guess they probably use moss and all sorts. But yeah, so that's sealed. I mean, most of it is pretty draft-proof still, isn't it? Not many of those cracks have opened up.
Mm.
Oh, and we worked out these doors here would have been, they fold down the other side, don't they, for feeding. So you drop in all the hay from the other side. This all looks pretty much up together and relatively level and plumb. But then when we got in here, it's a narrow doorway, wouldn't it? You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to be a big lad. So this is into the main barn, and there's hayloft all the way across, and all the way back up there, I guess. Does that go all the way up?
Yeah. I haven't looked up there yet.
Oh,
You're probably going to get the first look up there now.
And then also what we spotted is that first floor probably was all the way through at one point, because there's 2 cut off beams there and a mortise there and another one there cut. But what I was saying outside about the structure, we've kind of done a bit of geeking out on an old book which they've got, but all of these beams up here are full length, a little bit like the house. So all of that's load bearing onto the posts, but then these sections here are like infill, and they sometimes will slot into an H post type configuration, I think. Whereas these, do we say these were like a T shape, weren't they?
Yeah.
So that's like a T, and then they're fixed to it, and they've got an L, yeah.
So you can remove them all from the inside, technically.
Yeah. So actually, if you wanted to change where a door was, you could quite easily do that.
Yeah.
Open it up. So any settlement that's happened in those, and shrinkage and stuff that's opened up, could be solved pretty easily, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if some of them need to be replaced, but you could just remove them and they just slide straight down.
Yeah. Notch back in again.
Down and put them back in.
Ah, and look at the roof. So it's got some like sacrificial sapwood, like the outside waney edge bits running side to side. Then is that like shingles, or is that?
That's what I thought. Yeah, there you can see that they've just gone on.
So I saw in the book it used shingles like a membrane, so they were never visible on the outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they use those, and then over the top of that, then they probably put full boards, or this would have been tarred originally, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, now
corrugated.
it's corrugated, but I don't know when people started using corrugated. I actually don't know when this was built.
Oh well, a long time after this, I imagine. I think we need to go up there.
Yeah, I could go
You can't have lived here for a year and not been up there.
It is kind of upsetting.
Upsetting, but also probably quite sensible, judging by some of the timbers. Anyway, instead of just muddling through and working things out, the main thing we wanted to check is to kind of see where the building's settled, where it's, you know, what's level and what's not. This beam across the top here looks pretty level, whereas the ones at the back don't follow that same sort of pitch. I think that corner over there might have dropped, so we're going to see if we can get the laser up. It should be nice and dark, and we can show you what the green line is saying. Right, here we go. Let's find somewhere remotely level. Let's put this. Yeah, well, something's off.
I think the laser might be done.
Yeah, blame the laser. So actually, looking across that wall, that laser's, you know, a quarter of the way down that beam on the left, all the way to that corner almost. Well, at least it's on the same beam. But then over there, that's dropped quite a bit. And actually, looking at all, so yeah, all of those, because there's nothing stopping them from racking, you know, like dropping.
Yeah.
The bottom, that far right corner, if that's sunk, all of those, you just basically want a nice big jack in that corner. Just jack the building up.
Is in right hand corner?
The far right hand corner?
Yeah, because from the outside you look at that far left and you think...
You think it's the opposite?
That's the most terrifying corner, but we don't really think about the right.
Now, obviously, a budget laser level is not going to be able to tell us anything on the outside now. That's kind of a late evening job, or if you had a receiver. But really, when you stand back from this building, the roof line, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's not... Nothing jumps out at you like it's a big wonky structure. It's amazing how all this timber has held up so well. In you know, reality, considering it's just sat with snow against it and all sorts. That linseed paint is just saving it. Can we get around this way?
Trickier.
So that, I wonder if it was more like cobbles or bricks originally then, before that screed is over the top of it. Ah, turns out I was wrong. The red is not the linseed. That's all the sort of gloss work and woodwork paint around the windows and doors. So this is more like it's completely breathable, which is what I meant. It's kind of allowing the wood to survive. But it's, what do you say? Pigments and...
It's a natural pigment from a place in Sweden called Falun. And then I think there's water and then some kind of flour.
Nice. It's like a home brew.
But maybe some linseed oil as well.
There must be something to carry to soak in. But all of, so like the whole of this rural sort of part of Sweden, everything's red. It's like, you don't have to worry about colour schemes here. You just embrace it. Yeah, I mean, we're comparing it to a tree, but I know what you mean. that tree is making it way. Yeah, so this corner is the one we think is, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to bang a laser up one evening here. So yeah, it almost looks like this corner has been pushed up. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it is lovely looking, isn't it? That is something out of Disney. It's like a... Yeah. So that, then there's no lime mortar kicking in between these. All right, tell me if I have ants crawling up me.
You are right in the mix there, I think.
Right, so what we worked out, well, what it shows when you look at all the original plans in these books, is that this is the main frame, which is sat on the cornerstone there, and then like every 3 meters going up. But then inside that is pretty much a raft, which sits on its own stones, or kind of plinths, or even onto the ground in some areas. So all of these boards are the floorboards from above, and then in the house frames, there's boards underneath these ones. So this would be the floor beam, or the floor frame. So there's boards on the underside, your actual visible floorboards on top, and then that is your insulation board, which is backfilled with, I mean, we read through them all. There's sawdust, bark, what is it, anthill?
Yeah, like needles from anthill.
Needles and anthill, yeah, and dry soil. There's loads of different options, but it's basically a fully ventilated void underneath, insulation, and then your finished boards above. But in a barn like this, it's just an open frame underneath for ventilation. So is it dropped off the stones?
There could be stones just hidden below some. That looks
Yeah.
like there might have been an ant's nest there, because there's all those needles.
Maybe the ants have disrupted. They could have undermined.
Could it all go back to these people ants?
Could it literally be that ants had undermined the stones? I know there are. Oh, I am in the ant nest now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they bite. Oh,
Yeah, they do.
God.
You're on your feet. You're on your feet.
You wouldn't get that with steel toe caps, would you? Oh, they're big ones as well. Look at that. Oh,
They've sent out the message now. They're coming to you.
yeah. Look what we did to the barn. I'll do that to you. Oh.
I just noticed here that this wood looks as if it has sat on. Obviously, we know that this has
Oh, yeah. It's kind of...
changed angle, these stones. But
So I wonder if they shape them like the Japanese frames, to sit on whatever stone it is, or whether that's kind of dented over time.
but that's obviously that's moved, because now it doesn't sit on there at all. That piece of it.
I mean, it's tempting to just get some acro props or something just in this corner, just to not take the weight off there, but
yeah, those stones would topple, I imagine.
yeah. I wonder how much they move in the winter, like with the ice and snow.
Yeah, a guy we had out here, not a professional timber guy, but he said just keep an eye on it, take photos, or in some way so that you can tell.
The ants are at work there as well. So in the book, it did say that these are lime mortar normally together. Not here. They look like stones in the heavy man, the world's strongest man competition.
Stones.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's the beam again for the floor. So I think you could do that. If it's not touching anywhere, you can work on them as two separate projects. You can almost take the whole bottom out of the barn.
It's a bit like risk management. It's like,
yeah.
if you treat them both separately, if one goes wrong, it doesn't affect the other.
And I wonder if people do convert these to have solid floors. not that you want to mess with the building too much, but actually by putting a more permanent foundation wall around, like the house, you have got the option of kind of either putting in a new floor or backfilling it and having a breathable floor slab. So that's dropped out quite a bit, which makes it look like this has gone up. You really want to get the laser along here.
Just front right of you there.
Is that ants?
That's the ants nest.
They move some material, don't they?
That's the kind of stuff they use as insulation.
Yeah, grab a handful of that. Could you show the viewers? So in the book, it suggests using this anthill debris
it's usually
for
very
insulation.
dry.
Because they carry the needles there, do they?
Yeah. Or whatever, all sorts of stuff from the forest.
So all of that you can ignore. That's just stopping livestock or whatever getting underneath, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's just stop snow laying underneath.
Yeah, that's like backfill. So that's the primary sill. So that's what I mean. All of this looks really level. And remember, all of these are those sacrificial infill bores. And then you're up to the structural ones above where the posts are, which, because of the overhang and the nice breathable paint, they all seem pretty good. We've got to get some goats.
No, but they'll have a lot of raspberries.
Yeah, see, I think that's a pretty good roof line, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So the naked eye, that looks level. The eaves look level. The metre or two above, yeah. So I think it's really misleading. It looks really, really level and straight. So it is more this last quarter, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you can tell from here that corner behind. This is a little elderflower tree, but behind that corner angle, the vertical is not flat. It's not straight.
So the whole building's just gone that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if that stone pile has moved, it's tipped like it has, that's what's pulled this whole joint out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's ants everywhere. Every stone. I tell you what, ants would, over time, they could be to blame, couldn't they? Must loosen the ground.
I don't know how much they put. I mean, they must.
I mean, they go into like meters deep, don't they? Into big
Yeah.
civilizations down there. That's a good angle.
Go in here, maybe.
Bring the laser out again. I reckon from here you can literally see that far corner is just pushed out.
Oh, you moved it up. Can you change the angle, or do you have to?
Just rotate. Oh, that's a healthy lean. Right, let's go to the most important area, which is the poultry, and got to persuade these guys to get some chickens in there. Oh yeah, there's some woodworm. So the previous owners had a chicken pen, all geared up ready here. So I think this is insulated as well, because obviously come winter, they're gonna have to spend a fair bit of time indoors. But then there's that whole pen coming out that corner. Even light now, all the mod cons.
Yeah, they've got it on a timer switch, so you can put it on a schedule.
Yeah.
But I just don't right.
Oh, is that a plug for a heat lamp as well? Maybe. Anyway, the main reason why we wanted to come and have another look and more of a video and diagnosis bit is because the floor in here is something special. It's kind of undulating, let's say. So we got the laser level, and we're going to try and work out if the building's square and level, and if it's just the floor. Because when we go outside in a minute, I'll show you how the floor structure is completely different from a oak frame or timber frame house or structure in the UK. Because this floor is almost independent from the main building. So there, it looks like the ridge bit in the middle, centre beam, has held and the outsides have dropped. And then that floor is almost independent from this one, isn't it? Because
I think so.
That beam there running across is part of the main primary structure of the building. So this is one floor, and then the other side's like another floor. So that floor in there has perhaps dropped a bit more than this one. That middle was the highest spot. Put my thumb there. See what the floor is doing. So going down the middle. So it drops, but not crazy amount. So actually this end's not too bad. Within a thumb. Yeah. It's kind of what you can see by eye anyway. Just drops off both sides. I'm guessing they're not helping.
Is it flat that side of the middle?
Flat. Well,
Level that side of the middle.
maybe 30 mil. I mean, the fact that the floors are an independent structure, you can almost take them up, deconstruct them.
Yeah, have a look.
Reset the whole frame. And then I'm sure, I mean, it's so common, this style of house, building, that there'll be people who know the best way of doing it. There you go, that's part 2 of our little Swedish road trip. And well, what do you make of it? It's an interesting way of building, and I think from what I've read, I've got the old Google Translate thing going on the camera, so I could hold it over the pages of this book they've got, and it explained most of that. But that end, I just wonder if maybe there's a lot of ants down there, maybe together with other movement, that's just caused all those stones to shift, because all this end just seems pretty sound and level. It's going to be a fun project, not for a long time. I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. They want to keep it stable and safe, but for the time being they've got all the other projects going on here. And if you haven't seen the previous video where we walked around all of the house and the various buildings here, then go and check it out, because it's really interesting stuff. And I love walking around all these old buildings and just learning how different people and different places built. And it's amazing to see that around this area, we're kind of less than an hour, well, about 40 minutes from Stockholm. Nearly all the buildings are the same. They're all built in this same way, and they've all lasted so well. And no one, well, yes, some people are modernizing them, but no one's butchering them completely. They're kind of staying quite, you know, faithful to how things were built, because it works. And it's impressive to see that, you know, softwood, untreated, but looked after and well ventilated is doing so well. So it kind of dispels some of the myths that people, or misconceptions that people have about, you know, you can't have timber frame houses, they're not a long-lived sort of structure. Well, I think the proof's in the pudding. Yes, it's moved a bit, but a stone building that age with no foundations probably would have moved a bit as well. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed this little mini series of us over here. If you want to check out the other video, I'll leave a link down in the description. Tomorrow, I'm back on the job, back home, back on the tools, and hopefully getting some bricks laid. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you can, do it yourself. We'll see you next time.